It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Puka Nacua. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Rams and the Giants on EA Sports.
The Santa Ana wind so prevalent this time of year. They rolled through and they left us with bright, clear skies here in Los Angeles, California. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And what a performance in his last game. Couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though? Winning isn't everything.
It's the only thing.
And that's what he hangs his hat on after last week's game.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Stays on his feet.
Holding offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Back to throw, Pickett. A quick throw, but incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man out of Miami.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Pickett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
First run now for Kyron Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Oh, some strong running. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 76 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now Pickett will look to pass it. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, the Rams sit 6-5 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Pickett. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
That breakup by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Now a 2nd and 10. You talk about this Rams defense. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
He steps out behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw again. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be.
You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on third down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Second and a couple. From the gun, here's Pickett. And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At their 48-yard line.
Again, it's Williams. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
Pickett sets up play action. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Sets up 4th down.
Here's Ethan Evans now.
Formation for the Rams.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Now Herbert to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 20-yard line.
And off right side for Herbert. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. Fighting through it. He's got space. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Well, this defense for the Rams, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Ward. That's complete to Robinson. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Operating from the gun. Ward. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause. by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
The 22-yard line.
Looking to throw. Ward. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He'll buy some time right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. Off the bootleg. Ward. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Ward. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Pickett. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Pickett will look to throw it here. That is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And the Rams, first down.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead him to 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The New York set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Ward. And that'll be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Let's take it at around the 40. I call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And that will come the offense as they take over.
L.A. readies for its next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Here is 3rd and 5. Pickett back to throw.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Open man is Osborne.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw, Pickett. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
In motion, the tight end.
Working out of the gun, it's Pickett.
That'll be caught. It's Cup. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Off the play fake, here's Pickett.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. In motion goes the tight end.
Pickett now from the gun here.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
New York set to take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Ward completing it to the right side. Johnson. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. To throw on 2nd and 10.
Pickett
Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They run it again with Williams. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
back to throw. Pickett.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Ethan Evans on now to punt. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. We'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They begin the drive with Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams.
And he's going to have a Rams 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Rams 1st down.
They give it to Williams, running right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
That's a gain of 7.
Pickett.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The New York set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Once again, he finds Slayton.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook. They can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
At the 37-yard line.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Ward now from the gun on 3rd down.
To the right side and intercepted.
Picked off by John Johnson. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. Now Pickett. He'll find Osborne here.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
2nd down and 3.
Operating from the gun, Pickett. Now that'll be caught by Cup. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is indeed good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was the Cowboys who get the win at home. Dak Prescott leading the way with a couple of touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head to New Jersey. The Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Jordan Travis strong in the victory as his guys move to 9-3 now on the year. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were winners as they defeat the visiting New England Patriots. Josh Allen, terrific in the victory as his guys move their record to 9-4 on the year. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Giants offense set to begin this third quarter. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to race that.
It got his man complete. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point attempt to come here. And that one puts them on top here in the third. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Rams offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying, but nothing that they have done has worked so far. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. That's complete. Jordan Whittington. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 46.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Going to be taken in here by Nakua.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 30 yards there.
You just had the feeling that sooner or later someone was going to come up with that one play. Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
Williams is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal.
Here's Pickett. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Puka Nacua
From a yard out.
and the Rams have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Darius Slayton and the rest of this offense about to begin their next drive.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
2nd and 6.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd down. Ward. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. Off the draw, here's Williams. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Pickett will look to throw it here. Pass complete there to Nakua.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw. Pickett. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
From the gun, here's Pickett.
Eluding the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Kayvon Thibodeau picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
To the right side, this is Corum.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
And this is going to be incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a yard.
At the 36-yard line.
Off play action. Moore. That's complete to Slayton. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot.
9 yards. And the Giants' 1st down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Open man, that's Malik Neighbors.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
In motion right is Robinson. Back to throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down.
This caught left side by the tight end Parham.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Fighting through pressure, able to shake him off. And oh, he coughed it up. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over here up near the 40. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
They run the option on 2nd down.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Ward. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return.
The Rams offense and Kenny Pickett headed back onto the field. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Pickett.
Flush to his right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
On the handoff, Corum.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the 2nd half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game, and with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Corum now on 1st and 10.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. They run once more with Corum.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
And at this stage, in the fourth, they need to work this into the end zone. A field goal doesn't do much. We'll see if they can cash in following the fumble recovery.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. But you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your third grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Looking to throw. Ward.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
You put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Looking to throw, Pickett.
A bullet throw, but incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Darius Slayton and the rest of this offense about to begin their next drive.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Right back to Tracy. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Back to throw. Ward.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, New York.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Throws to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson.
4 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Rams' 43-yard line.
They'll look to throw again.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Flushed out right. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, New York.
Now Gray. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Motioning to the left is Robinson. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Ward.
Complete to his target, Jalen Hyatt.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
He's got Slayton on the slant.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And the Giants first down.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
They'll go again with Tracy.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
3rd and 8.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is right through, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
They'll run with Corum to begin the drive.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Pickett sets up play action.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Pickett going to bootleg it. That is caught. And he is going to have a Rams first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That's good for our Rams. First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw, Pickett.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
They'll throw again with Pickett.
Short throw, it's Higbee.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he's on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. The Giants now down by 5. A little under a minute 50 remaining. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Not a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Dancing to his left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And they will take a knee here. Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Rams, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Los Angeles, so long, everybody.